So my name is Tony, and my family consists of my wife Sarah, our birth son Theo, and our adopted daughter Michaela. Adoption was something that we'd always had in mind. Myself and my wife Sarah had tried for a number of years, I think totaling 7, we discovered that genetically we weren't compatible, and as a consequence of that we went through a course of fertility. Theo was the result of our second attempt at fertility. So as our family grew, or Theo got older, we decided that rather than go through fertility again, which is quite an intrusive treatment, that we would revisit adoption. And we were lucky enough to contact PACT. And as I say, a couple of years later, we were successful in successfully adopting our daughter. The reason that we chose PACT is that when we were doing our research, we looked at various options, one being maybe going to the local authority. But we felt that by doing that, we would only be able or get access to children that may be only in our local authority. And as we are, we were at that time local to the area where we lived, we felt that maybe that might not be a great idea, because we could potentially bump into family relatives of any child that may have become available under adoption. So we decided to do our research. We came across PACT. What we did is, when we were doing our research, we found that they had a good reputation, and because they are nationwide in terms of accessibility to children, we felt that that was a route that best suited our needs. Throughout the process, I can honestly say that we would not have stayed on the process if it wasn't for the support that we had from our social worker. From day one, we felt that we had a connection. She listened to what we were looking for. She was really with us every step of the journey. I just remember the day quite vividly, and for me, it was probably one of the most exciting days of my life, but also probably one of the scariest. I seem to remember the process that we had been for a number of weeks prior to meeting her. We'd had our pictures taken, and she was living with her foster parents at the time. And we remember sending the pictures off so she was familiar with us, or she would at least have an understanding of who or what we looked like. And I just remember turning up. We had a meeting with the foster parents at their home, and we just sat on the floor in the kitchen. It was around lunchtime, and we just sat there, and we didn't grab her. We just sat on the floor. She had some toys, and we waited for her to engage with us. And strangely enough, she took to us straight away. She came over. As it was lunchtime, we were feeding her. We gave her some milk. And I remember her taking a bottle, because she was just coming up to 1 year old. She took a bottle, so she was fed by herself. And strangely enough, after she had a bottle, she fell asleep in my arms. So it was just one of those surreal moments that, to be honest with you, I don't think it's up there with my birth son being born. It was just perfect. And to have a little bundle of joy who, to a certain extent, doesn't know you, but can feel the warmth, trusted us, let me feed her, and fell asleep in my arms. It's just one of those moments that I'll never forget. I think from our perspective, our daughter being of mixed heritage, and us already having a child of mixed heritage, the good thing about our daughter was the fact that we represented what she would associate with. So, we are a family of mixed heritage. I'm Afro-Caribbean, with my family originating from Barbados. I was born in the UK. My wife, Sarah, is Irish descendancy, so she's Caucasian. We have a birth son of mixed heritage. So in terms of incorporating Michaela, I don't think that she's ever felt that she doesn't fit. I think that was very important. I can't stress enough the support that PACT have offered us additionally, post-adoption. What we've been able to get access to, that I remember in the early days where we had, and my daughter has struggled with attachment, we were able to access very easily from the, on the other end of the phone, we were able to ring PACT. They were able to call us in, they were able to discuss with us and support us. We've had access to social workers within PACT where they've given us additional support and understanding around attachment. The other thing is that, which people don't realise, PACT is just not a one-stop shop. You get lifelong support. I remember that we've had many a time where we've had fun days, where we've met other PACT doctors that have been through the process, and we've had the opportunity to get together as families and talk about any issues or any good points and any sort of things that you might need additional support with. So PACT are always giving you post-adoption support in terms of parenting classes and just routes or access to routes that will help you on your way, because parenting is never easy. And I know that if I had issues now, I could just pick up the phone and they'd be there at a drop of a hat. I would say make sure you do your research. Make sure that this is something that you're going into with your eyes open. But also, and most importantly, don't be in a rush. And the reason I say that is we never felt pressurized, we never felt rushed, we just felt supported all the way through. And I think that's down to PACT and the way that they run their process. Most people will go into this and be impatient and want to get things rushed through, may not understand the intricacies of all the checks that need to be done. But believe you me, all of the checks, all of the questioning, all of the additional work that's required to adopt a child is very, very important, because the more information PACT has about you and your surroundings and your family and your support mechanisms will help you effectively get a better match. So take your time, there's no rush, but you're in good, capable hands if you go with PACT, because, as I say, they are diligent, professional, understanding, and in terms of support, you won't get a better opportunity. So anybody thinking about it, just make sure you're going with your eyes open, and then you understand the intricacies of what you're going to do. But believe you me, towards the end, it will be worth it.